Hey, welcome to the Groove Lab. I'm your host, Lauren Alexander. Each week, I'll be bringing you a new interview from people in the music industry. And this week, I've got a band called Yearlove. And this is going to be my first experience interviewing more than one person at a time. So it should be fun. These guys are an alternative pop rock band currently living in Nashville, Tennessee. And they've got some brand new music out. Let's get them on the phone. Hey guys, welcome. Do you want to start off just by introducing yourselves?
Yeah, well, we are 2/3 of the band. I'm Logan, I'm the guitar player.
And I'm Abraham, I'm the drummer.
And then we are missing Kenny. He is currently at work. He is the singer and bass player.
Aw, Kenny.
He wishes he could be here, but he wanted me to shout him out. So
Well, hey, Kenny. We wish you were here. That sucks to be stuck at work.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me about your band.
Yeah, well, I mean, we started a few years ago with like a Craigslist ad, and that's where we met Kenny. And yeah, ever since the first practice, it just kind of hit off. We actually wrote a song that day, and here we are a few years later. We just released an EP, and we're still, during COVID writing, just trying to stay in it. But yeah, I mean, we're just three dudes who, enjoy music and
Yeah, that's so cool. So are y'all from Nashville, or where are y'all from?
I am from around Nashville. I'm actually from Lebanon, which is about 30 minutes out. And then Kenny is from, I believe, like the White House area. And then
Something like that. I'm from St. Louis, but I moved here a few years ago.
Nice. So who posted the Craigslist ad?
That was me.
You did, and then the other two guys just found you?
Well, Kenny was the only guy we met on Craigslist. Because originally we had a different drummer at the time and then a keyboard player, and we were like, hey, we're looking for a singer and a bass player. And then the next day, I didn't put any contact information on the Craigslist ad. So the next day, I check my Facebook Messenger and I get this message from Kenny, and it was like, oh, hey man, I play bass and I sing. Here's like a demo. If you want to listen to it, maybe we can work something out. And then it was like he was the only one to respond to it because he searched me up on Facebook because I didn't put a phone number on there.
That's awesome.
And so I was like, yeah, let's practice, let's try it, and then yeah, there we go.
Well, that's cool. You could tell he really wanted it because he had to kind of stalk you a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was on purpose.
It was sweet because it was literally like next day. It was like I just checked my messenger and I had a message request, so he was just like stalking the Craigslist ad.
Up all night. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So tell me about your sound as a band.
Yeah, I like to kind of say we're like indie pop, like pop rock. The best way I like to describe it would be if you took like U2 and like Kings of Leon and then like just merged them together and had like a love child.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
I love y'all's new EP.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So do you want to talk about writing for that and releasing it and what all went into it?
Yeah, well, all the songs were just, all the songs that we wrote over the course of like our first couple of years. So like some of the older songs are like Runaway and Style and Substance. Those were like two of our first couple songs we wrote. And then like I Don't Miss You and Thinking of You were songs that we have, kind of written within the past year. So, I mean, it's just, if you listen to it, you can kind of hear the growth of like our sound as a band, because we would just experiment more with, how we should kind of do things. And then Abraham has just recently been the new drummer, and he kind of helped with the direction of like Thinking of You. And then you can definitely hear kind of where we're going with like all this new stuff we're writing, because it still incorporates, a lot of like the old sound, but it's like, it's kind of going in a different direction, but it's like still the same.
Yeah.
If that makes
Yeah,
like
no,
any
just
sense.
like, I think just growth. I mean,
Yeah,
for any
exactly.
artist, I think, and I think that's cool to be able to hear that, especially all in one little like collection.
For
So,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I saw you guys were getting some good airplay too, which is exciting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, Andy at 102.9 The Buzz, he's spun Witness, which was pretty cool. And now I think he's recently spinning Thinking of You. But yeah, I mean, our manager really helped us out a lot with that one. Yeah. And Andy's a cool guy, and every time we talk to him, it's kind of a blast. And doing his interviews, like the first interview we ever did with him, he was like, "All right, we're gonna do like a random, like 20 questions." But yeah, and Andy's a trip, but yeah, cool guy, and we really appreciate all the love he's given us on 102.9 for sure.
That's awesome. Well, have you guys had an experience like randomly hearing your song on the radio? Has that happened yet?
Oh, okay, not really randomly, because usually with Andy, he'll kind of tell us like, hey, like I'm gonna play it, at around this time or whatever, like, or when we do an interview, it'll be like, yeah, it's going to air at around this time, so listen to it. And then we'll always, we'll go and we'll listen to it. Like, we're kind of just fanboying ourselves because, we'll go in the car. I, try to get the full experience. So I go in the car and then just turn the car on and just sit there, geeking out over my own voice on radio.
You're like,
but,
yeah. Jamming out in my car in my driveway.
Yeah. But the only, random experience over the radio was it was like a holiday. I don't know if it was like Labor Day, Memorial Day. I remember I was at my mom's for a cookout, and then I went to the bathroom, and they're like, "Oh my God, they just played your song on the radio!" And it was just in the middle of the day, randomly. I was like, "Okay, cool." I missed it.
That's so cool. So I heard you guys have some cool new merch out. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we have recently had a new merch line come out with 5 different T-shirt designs. 6,
I think 7, maybe.
7. I don't even know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. This is our first time collectively. We designed. We were working with this girl based out of, I believe she's in South Carolina, and we just gave her all these ideas. It's this color with this design, she also did the EP artwork too. So it was just do the EP artwork on this colored shirt with this design, then we'll have another design. But before this, we only had one shirt, and it was just we ordered 50 of them, and then we sold them all, and then we didn't have merch, and then it's well, we got an EP coming out, and then everyone wants new shirts, so it's why not? But so
it's cool having instead of just one, now we have a whole bit different, a bunch of variety for people to choose from what they like best and kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super exciting. Have you guys had a bunch of people buying to support you guys during this pandemic?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when we first did them, we wanted to do a pre-order, so that way we kind of wanted to see which designs were going to be more popular, so that way when shows and stuff start opening back up, it's what do we want to have, what's going to sell more. But surprisingly enough, it's all the shirts are selling.
They're all selling.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most popular one is the Pink Witness, which is a short sleeve. It's a salmon colored, pink shirt, and it's got a pocket, and it's got the Witness hand, the single cover, and then on the back it says Yearlove in a darker salmon color. That one's probably been the most popular, but they're all pretty simple.
I like wearing that one.
Yeah, it's comfy. It's a comfy shirt, but yeah, I mean, we had so many pre-orders on just all the shirts. It was just 2 huge boxes full. So yeah, it was kind of great with all the support that we're getting on them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what have y'all been up to this past 6 months? Probably not playing many shows, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Not many shows, but a lot of kind of writing and ironing things out and kind of really getting stuff organized and kind of really taking our time and doing things the way we want to do them, very very consciously and purposefully.
Yeah, I mean, doing a lot of writing. We got some studio time coming up next week to do a couple of songs. We've been doing a lot of demo work at Abraham. So normally we would practice as a band on Tuesdays, and then instead of like practicing our sets, just like, all right, let's go to Abraham's house and let's just mess around with the keyboard and the computer. And it's just like, let's see what sounds we come up with. And we got like 8 different ideas that we're like, juggling. And then, but yeah, I mean, that's all we've really been doing. We played like one show a couple weeks ago, but that was like the only show we've done since like February or March.
Yeah, was it weird?
I definitely had cold feet, like trying to get back into it, because it was just like I haven't played guitar standing up in 6 months.
Yeah, I haven't played drums standing up
ever. Yeah, no, I totally get that.
It was definitely really cool though, but yeah, I mean, I just want to get back into it for sure. But I mean, this whole like COVID thing like has kind of helped us in a way, because we used to only play shows and we would never take time to sit and write, try to get a whole new set down of like how we're going to perform it and stuff, because I mean, half the show is playing the songs, the other half is actually like putting on a show and like performing it, and we're trying to get all that aspect and stuff down of it, so that I mean, this has kind of helped us in a way to, kind of perfect everything else. Yeah. Because, I mean, we have the music that we like and, we play it well. It's just, getting everything else down.
Yeah, so kind of like a reset.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. So you said you have some studio time coming up. What do you guys have going on with that? What's up next for y'all?
Yeah, this coming up week, we're going to be at Dark Horse Studios for like 4 days straight. Yeah. So, I mean, we just got 4 full days of, trying to record as much stuff as we can, but I think we're going to just try to stick with like 2 songs. Basically, I believe it's like a school like project thing, which is kind of how we got like this whole last EP done. Like, it's just, they need like a band to record and mix and master and all this stuff. It's like, hey, do you guys want to do it? It's like, yeah. We'll record. We'll do it.
Oh, so you did that at a school? It sounds so good.
Yeah. Like I Don't Miss You was actually all recorded at Belmont. Thinking of You was recorded at Blackbird. My friend Justin, that I've known since high school, he actually went to Blackbird Academy. He was like, hey, I want to record you guys for my project. It's like, okay, cool, let's do it. So yeah, I mean, half of that recording was just college students that needed to record a band for a project, and then the other half of it was Kenny had a roommate at the time, Gordon, and he had like a little home studio, so like half the guitar recordings on the songs are like my amp in the bathroom with the mic into it. So yeah.
Well, that's cool. So so are you guys recording for are you just have some singles planned or a new album?
I think yes and yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like writing and getting something recorded to have something, and then we kind of can see what we want to work with it from there.
I don't think that these songs are something we're gonna like try to rush and like release it, because I mean we just released the EP. Now, granted, if you have been following us, I mean these EP songs we've been playing them for a couple of years, but at the same time, it's like people that just now heard of us. It's like these songs are like totally brand new.
Brand new, yeah.
So we're kind of in that mix. Like we want to play new songs, but at the same time, it's just like, we're getting all this 102.9 airplay, but all the people from 102.9 who just now heard of us, they are just now hearing all these songs that we have been playing for like 20 years.
Right.
So we're in that weird bind, but I think what we're going to do is like possibly put the new songs like in the live sets first, and then maybe a few months to a year from now, start releasing kind of the next stage. I think that's what bands do. I think most bands, it's usually like a year or 2. Like they'll go into like themes, like different colors and how they're going to run their social media versus like what songs and stuff they're going to kind of produce. So
yeah. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like I've covered everything. I wanted to ask, is there anything else you guys would want to talk about?
If Kenny was here, Kenny would keep talking. But,
come on, Kenny. He wouldn't stop.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's just, we're just, like I said, I mean, we've been doing the live stream kind of shows and everything like that. And, it's just crazy how, like, it's like a a domino effect. Like something happens, and then like I don't know, like if COVID were to never happen, like where we would be or what we would be doing. Like I don't even know if the EP would even be out right now.
Despite everything, a lot of good has still come from it, and because of it, we've been able to do other things that we might not have been able to have done. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So just kind of reiterate. I mean, we're just doing. We're kind of looking at everything as like a half glass full type of perspective.
Yeah.
Just move forward. I mean, with one of our interviews with Andy, he was just like, bands would reach out to him all the time and be like, oh, so like, should we release music? Like, we feel like we shouldn't release music because like it's a weird time. And it's just like, I mean, no one has anything else better to do besides listen to music and stuff right now. I mean, people take music and songs and like, you don't know how many songs have like saved people from like, have saved their lives from, and like depression, anxiety, and all that kind of stuff. It's like, just lyrics in general. And like, so I mean, that's just all we've been trying to do is with this whole COVID thing. It's like, we weren't even going to release Witness as a single. And then it's just like, hey, with everything shut down, let's release the song so people have something to like, listen to and have something to do during these times. And it's just like,
and that was the best song.
Yeah, and Witness is like people love it. I mean, that's our best single.
Yeah, it's our best single.
Yeah.
If it wouldn't have been COVID, we never would have released it as a single.
Yeah, so.
Wow. I'm glad y'all did. It's amazing. And I totally agree with you. Like, you really don't know how it's going to hit people. And right now people need an outlet. They need the music. So it's very true.
Exactly.
Well, do you guys have any live streams coming up? Or is it kind of a random?
Nothing planned, but
nothing planned. We can always plan something.
Yeah, plan it right now.
We are
no.
Tomorrow night.
All right.
But no, I mean, it's like a lot of people say like, oh, you need to do that more often, but it's like you don't want to flood the social medias too much.
For sure. Okay, so where can people find you to see when you're gonna release new music, and where can they purchase merch and listen to you and all that jazz?
Yeah, everything is pretty much on our website. That's going to be yearlovemusic.com. That's going to have our merch. You can purchase our merch directly through our website. All of our social medias are on there. Our Instagram feed is on there. I would say we're most active on Instagram and Facebook. If we do live stream, it's typically on Facebook, but we do a lot more updates on Instagram. Like we'll do like, I think we hung out on Broadway the other night. We're like, drunk on Instagram stories. So, so I would say, Instagram and Facebook for sure. But if you want to check out merch and check out everything else, go direct to the website. That has everything there.
Okay. One other question I forgot to ask you. Where did you come up with the name Yearlove?
It's all you.
It's actually funny because at the time, like, getting a band name is actually one of the hardest things I have ever had to do. Because it's like, it's not like naming your dog. It's just like you have a dog for a week. It's like, yeah, he looks like a Tony. So I'm going to name my dog Tony. Like with the band, it's just like, what phrase or what name do I want to associate with me that's going to fit with our personalities and our music? Because it's just like, you don't want to have a band that's called like death metal thrasher and then they do like Barbie Girl or something like that. But what's funny is there's a website, it's called like Band Name Generator, and we literally went on that website and like spammed generate. It was like generate, and then Yearlove popped up, and we were like, Yearlove. And then we put that kind of like, we had like 3 band names. I believe they were like The Wild Youth, Yearlove, and like something else. I don't remember what it was. And then we were like, you know what? We did a Twitter poll. It was like, which band name do you like the best? And Yearlove like won by a mile. So it's just like, all right, let's just go with Yearlove.
Yeah, it's a good name.
And plus too, it's just like there's so many bands out there. It was just like we would find a name and then we would go on Spotify. It's like, oh, they're already a band. So it's like, okay, let's keep going back.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for being on. It was great to meet you guys. For everyone listening at home, be sure to check out Yearlove. I'm going to link their Spotify down below, as well as their website, so you can go buy your cool merch.
Thanks
for
listening
to
the
Groove
Lab
Podcast.
We
Are
Yearlove.
Stay groovy.
You guys know I'm a newbie at podcasting. There's so much that goes into it. But luckily, I found Anchor, the easiest way to podcast. Not only do they have the tools to help you record and edit, but they also help with distribution. So your voice can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. But the best part is, it's free. Everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Make your voice heard. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, Song of the Week time. This week's pick is A Little More by Ellie Ivory. I met Ellie, I believe, on the set of my episode of Music City Roots, I think. But anyway, she was very sweet, and I've been following her on Instagram ever since. And she just released this new song, and she also released a video for it, which, side note, was filmed by a guy named Luke Harvey, who is the owner of Moss Flower Pictures, who will be on the podcast in just a couple weeks. So I'm super excited about that. Definitely go check it out. I'll link it down in the show notes, along with our Groove Lab Song of the Week playlist. Also, for any of you guys who are local to East Texas, I've got a couple shows this weekend. Saturday, October 24th, I will be playing at the Foundry Coffee House in Tyler, Texas for their Garden Party Festival. And there's a great lineup, tons of bands. It's going to be so much fun. We play at 3 p.m. It's just an acoustic show. And then that night, 7 to 10, I'll be out in Ben Wheeler, Texas for their Hog Fest. And I know they've got a great lineup as well. And it's just going to be a really fun weekend. So if you're local, please come hang out with me. I would love to see you. And also, my episode of Universal Language will be airing on KLTV Friday night, Saturday morning, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. So if you're up, definitely watch that. I hope you guys have a great week. If you can come see me this weekend, please do. If not, I will see you right back here next week for a new interview. Stay groovy.